How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all well. Mr. Boulder back today, and I'm back with my top 20 albums of 2022. Tons of great releases last year. I picked up about 27 new albums, so there's a few good to be hold back for an honourable mentions video in a couple of weeks' time. And there's a couple of EPs that I picked up, and obviously I'm not including them because they're not albums, obviously. But I'll be showcasing those as well in a couple of weeks' time. Without any further ado, we're going to get into the top 20 after the usual quick sip of coffee. Cheers. Right, up first is some traditional heavy metal. This is the first album I picked up last year. This is Eliminator and Ancient Light, which I think I picked up about second or third week of January. Traditional old school heavy metal, really, really good stuff. These guys are fairly new. I say fairly new, I think they've been around about sort of 7 or 8 years, but I think this is their third album. Excellent stuff from these guys. If you like your old school traditional heavy metal, definitely worth checking out. Brilliant vocals, some excellent riffing, some nice melodic harmony style riffing on this one. Great drums, bass sounds good. Silent Stone, Ancient Light title track, brilliant tracks. Mercy, track 8, probably one of my favourites on this album. Foreverless on this is really good as well. Goddess of Life, old school traditional heavy metal done the right way with updated production values. Sounds really good. Loving this one. That's my number 20, Eliminators, Ancient Light. This has only just been out on vinyl a couple of months. The delays for the vinyl was absolutely huge, so I got the CD obviously. But the vinyl's available now. Excellent stuff. Check out if you're not familiar with it and you're into that old school traditional heavy metal vibe. Up next, something I showed just last week in my latest collection update. And this is a Corpse Seston Succumb to Rot. Excellent death metal this. Definitely some Morbid Angel style riffing going on. Really heavy down-tuned guitars. Really guttural deep vocals. Excellent drums. Great stuff on this, like Relentless Entropy. Spiritual Malevolence. Calling Void, Profane Phlegm, excellent song title, really nasty, brutal death metal, done the right way. This album sounds fantastic. This is out on Dark Descent Records, I think it is, yep. Really good stuff. Check that out if you're into death metal and you haven't checked it out yet. Really good. Really enjoying that one. It's excellent stuff. That's my number 19. Number 18 is the only other CD to show today. And this is Maul and their self-titled album. And I can't remember the name of the label. Gates of Hell Records. This is brilliant stuff. These guys are from Canada. No one is showing these guys. No one is talking about these guys. So let's show them some love now. This, very much like Eliminator, is traditional old school heavy metal, but this sounds a little bit more updated. And that's not me talking shit about Eliminator, but it's just got a bit more of an updated sound to it. Really good vocals, but the vocals aren't really traditionally set 100% in old school heavy metal. There's a bit more of an updated sound to the vocals in this. Great voice, actually. Again, this has got loads of great riffs on it. Bass playing superb. Sound of this album is really good. It's mixed very nicely. Everything's nice and clear in the mix. First track, Evil Eyes, fantastic. Ritual, track 2 is good. Summoner, track 3 is my favourite on this album. It's absolutely fantastic. Massive chorus, really catchy. Track 4 as well, the title of the band, is absolutely superb. Father Time, March of the Dead, again, more brilliant traditional heavy metal, but like I say, with a little bit more of an updated sound to it. Excellent stuff. These guys from Canada. If you're into that old school sound, check this out. It's absolutely superb. Really good. This was recommended to me by my friend over on Instagram, Scuba Steve. Thanks, Steve. Excellent recommendation. Brilliant stuff. Loving that one a lot. Number 17, wasn't expecting to enjoy this anywhere near as much as I did, but it's Ugly Kid Joe's Rad Wings of Destiny. Saw these guys live last year supporting Thunder in Wembley Arena, and they were excellent live. And this new record really surprised me. I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I am, but it's really good stuff. This is out on Ugly Kid Joe Records. This has got some real sort of tracks on it that sound very similar to AC/DC. That Ain't Living, the first track, is very similar to that. Then you've got other stuff which is much more kind of acoustic based and more gentle sounding, like Everything's Changing and Kill the Pain, which are fantastic songs. There's a completely unnecessary cover of the Kinks' Lola on here. It's fine, but it doesn't really need it. Dead Friends plays good. Drinking and Driving, that's got a bit of a country sort of Lynyrd Skynyrd type vibe to it. Failure, Long Road, songs like that. Yeah, was not expecting to enjoy this one anywhere as near as much as I did. Listened to it on Spotify tons of times. And the wife got me the record for Christmas, and I'm glad to have it in the collection. It's a really, really good album. A real surprise. Excellent stuff from Ugly Kid Joe. 30 plus years into their career, still delivering the goods. Excellent album. Number 16 is Sinus by Consecration, the Death Doomers from Norwich here in England. Excellent stuff from these guys. Really, really heavy, really sludgy, very dark sounding album. Massive riffs, great deep guttural vocals. Some really nice riffing on this. The Charnel House, These Fleeting Memories, Ground to Ashes, A Sentient Haunting. Excellent album. I think I'm going to need to get the CD or the cassette of this because there's more tracks on this. This is obviously only got 6 tracks on. Superb stuff from these guys. Really, really enjoying this one. If you like your Death Doom and you like it sludgy and really, really murky and dark and heavy, then you'll absolutely love this. But loads of you will know this band is obviously because of Liam, the Death Doom Metalheads, one of their guitar players. Excellent stuff from Consecration. Sinus is really, really good. I'm absolutely loving it and glad I picked it up. Number 15 is Municipal Waste, Electrified Brain. The last album these guys put out, Slime and Punishment, was a big disappointment for me. I still can't get into that record now. Not the case with this record. This is superb. This is them definitely back on form. Excellent artwork there. Title track superb. Demoralizer, Lost Crawl, High Speed Still, Restless and Wicked. Putting on Errors, brilliant stuff. Excellent album, very, very energetic, as you can imagine with these guys. Some great riffs from Ryan Waste. Bass playing from Landfill's really good. Tony Forester's vocals, as always, really, really good. High energy, crossover thrash. Excellent riffage throughout. Love the vocals, are really, really good. And just songs that are easy to sing along to, and they get in your head. They've got hooks. They're really good. Excellent stuff from Municipal Waste. Electrified Brain is an album that I've picked up on CD at time release and got the record just recently, and it's absolutely superb. Loving it. Check it out. Up next at number 14 is Druid Lord and Relics of the Dead, Death Doom from Florida. Superb album. This was shown around by a few people in the VC, so I had to check it out. Title track's excellent. 13 Days of Death, Nightside Conjuring, Monarch Macabre. Brilliant stuff. It's really good. Massive, massive riffs. Production's great on this. I love the vocals. There's some really good guitar solos on this as well. Riffs are just so heavy. Obviously, it's Death Doom, so it's going to have really heavy riffs to it. But it's just a great album that I'm really, really glad I checked out. It's excellent stuff. Drums are fantastic on this album as well. They create some great atmosphere, obviously, and it's just superb stuff. Druid Lord is a band that's new to me, and I'm definitely going to be picking up other stuff that these guys have got out. It's excellent stuff. Druid Lord's Relics of the Dead is superb. Sticking with the Death Doom, and Temple of Void. I can't remember the name of the bloody album. Summoning the Slayer. Yeah, this is superb. Picked this up on CD earlier in the year. Had to grab the record. This is excellent stuff. I got this and Druid Lord at the same time, and obviously I prefer this one just a bit more. It's really, really good. Excellent vocals. Again, really sludgy down-tuned riffing. So heavy. The drums are really, really good. Again, it's got some great sort of atmosphere to it. Behind the Eye, the first track is so good. Death Touch is superb. Sequence of Rot, Transcending Horror, great songs. And Disillusion, the last track, a lot of people were kind of scratching their heads at that one. As my band of Concrete Gods recently put out an acoustic EP, I'm totally on board with that song. I think it's great. I love the effect on the vocals. Reminds me a little bit of Black Sabbath. I can't remember the name of the bloody song off the top of the head now. It might be Planet Caravan, with the effect on the vocals. The acoustic guitars are really nice. I really like it. It's a good way to end this album. I can understand if you're into Death Doom and not acoustic music, you are really left scratching your head and puzzled by that choice. But I personally really like it, and Temple of Void Summoning the Slayer is an excellent album I'm really, really enjoying. Again, a pretty new discovery to me. I think these guys have got some other stuff out there. If they have, I'm going to be picking it up because this is excellent stuff and I'm really enjoying it. Temple of Void is superb. Coming in at number 12, and some death metal, and this is Moulder and Engrossed in Decay. Only had this one a couple of months. Excellent stuff. The singer of these guys really sounds like the singer from Skeletal Remains, which is another excellent death metal band you should check out if you're not into them. Pummeling riffs, really, really great vocals as well. Title track's great. Relentless Pestilence, Chemically Dissolved, Half the Stench, Ghastly Mutation, Decomposed Embryos. This is really, really nasty, ferocious death metal done the right way. Again, this is one I've seen shown around quite a few times in the VC, and had to check it out. Checked it out and absolutely loved it. Excellent death metal from these guys. Really, really enjoying this one. Excellent cover artwork as well. Death metal done the right way. Moulder's Engrossed in Decay is a superb album. I'm absolutely loving it. Right, number 11 is over to Germany now, and Kreator for their Hate Über Alles album, which I know divided opinion from a lot of people. I love it though. It's really, really good. I know a lot of people who are not really so fond of the more melodic style of Kreator these days. Personally, I don't have a problem with it. I like their new stuff. I mean, to be honest, would I like another album like Extreme Aggression? Absolutely, but that's not going to happen anymore. That was a long time ago now. They're a different band now. This has got some shitty lyrics in it and some couple of laughable song titles, but it's a really good album regardless. Killer of Jesus, yeah, a bit of a shitty title, but it's a great track, has to be said. Crush the Tyrant is such a great song. Strongest of the Strong, really good. Becoming Immortal, Demonic Future, stuff like that. Milo Petrosa's vocals are absolutely superb. That guy is not losing any power in his voice at all. He just sounds absolutely fantastic. I love the melodic style of the riffing. The drums from Vensor are always really, really good. And Hate Über Alles is an album that I'm really, really enjoying. Kreator don't really do a lot wrong, it has to be said. And this latest album is an absolute beast, and I'm absolutely loving it. Great stuff from the German thrashers. Right, into the top 10 now. And we're going back to the Death Doom. And we're heading to Blackpool for Enchantment and their Cold Soul Embrace album. He's obviously featured Mark G with a C. Excellent stuff. For some reason, it took me a while to get him off my arse and grab this album, and I'm glad I did. Picked up about 2 or 3 months after it came out. It's really, really good. Massive riffs again. Really, really good deep guttural vocals. There's also some nice layering with some piano parts here and there, which sound really good. As Greed as the Eye Beholds, I absolutely love that song. So heavy. The riffs are good, but the vocals are just superb. Painting Amongst the Feathers is a great track. In a Cello Felt Glare. The Beauty of Lies, yeah, it's an album that's got loads of really nice atmosphere to it. Drums are good. Huge riffs, deep guttural vocals, and it's just an absolutely fantastic album that I'm really, really glad I picked up. Much like with Consecration, want to support the homegrown boys here and the boys in the VC, and they're both delivering albums that are fantastic. And Enchantment's Cold Soul Embrace is an absolute beast. Really, really loving it. Number 9, back over to Germany for more thrash and Tankard's Pavlov's Dogs, which is just superb. Tankard, definitely one of the more consistent thrash bands out there. All these years down the line in their career, and they're still delivering the goods. And this is an album that has not disappointed me in the slightest. The vocals are superb, great riffs. Title track Pavlov's Dogs is absolutely brilliant. Catchy chorus, really good stuff. Exfluencer is another really good song. It's got another really catchy chorus. Diary of a Nihilist, Lockdown Forever, obviously about the whole COVID thing. Metal Cash Machine on side 2 is just absolutely fantastic. Veins of Terror, On the Day I Die. Loads of really catchy songs that are easy to sing along to, packed with great thrash metal riffing. Drums are great. Another superb release from Tankard, Pavlov's Dogs, is absolutely superb. I'm glad I picked this one up because I kind of forgot about it when it first came out, but I'm glad I picked it up. It's absolutely phenomenal. Up next, more German thrash, and this is Destruction and Diabolical, and I absolutely love this record. First listen, I was like, I'm all over this. Schmier is another guy whose voice is still really, really strong after all these years. The songs are fantastic on this album. Another album packed with loads of good riffs. Drums are great. Under the Spell, Repent Your Sins, Hope Dies Last is a really, really good song. State of Apathy, another great song with a really strong chorus. Servant and the Beast, The Lonely Wolf. It's just an album with no bad songs on. It's absolutely fantastic. I think this is better than Born to Perish, and that was a great album. But the latest one from Destruction is an absolute beast. I'm really, really loving this album. Destruction, another band that doesn't let you down very often. They certainly haven't let me down here. Diabolical is a phenomenal record. Loving this record loads. Glad I picked it up. It's absolutely superb. Another absolute gem from these German thrashers. Number 7, and over here to the UK now, and Saxon and their Carpe Diem album. Another album with no bad songs on. This is just superb. Saxon's last 3 releases have absolutely knocked it out of the park, and this is an absolutely superb album. Title track Carpe Diem Seize the Day is excellent. Age of Steam, The Pilgrimage, nice song that is. I really like that one. Dan Buster's great vocals, great chorus, really catchy. Remember the Fallen, side A is all killer. Side B, you got Supernova on, All for One. Black is the Night, Living in the Limit. Excellent stuff. Biff Byford, guy's in his early 70s now, and his voice is absolutely superb. I mean, there's other singers out there from bands that I love who just sound terrible these days, and Biff is not one of them. He sounds absolutely fantastic. This record sounds fantastic. Bass is nice and clear in the mix. Great guitar riffing. Drums are excellent. Old school, new wave of British heavy metal, done the right way. Saxon, Don't Let You Down. Carpe Diem is a beast, and it's an absolutely superb album. Up next, number 6, and it's the latest one, again, staying here in the UK, from Zentrix, and this is 7 words. Excellent stuff. Jay Walsh has slotted in nicely into the lineup of this band. It's like he's been there forever now. No disrespect to Chris Astley, because I love his vocals as well and his guitar playing. But he's not here anymore, Jay is, and this is an absolute beast of an album. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. There's loads of great riffs on this album. Jay's voice is great. 7 words title track is really good. Spitcoin is a really, really good song. Nice, catchy chorus. Easy to sing along to. Everybody Loves You When You're Dead is superb. Reckless with a Smile. But for me, when you get towards the latter end of this album, this is where the best stuff is. Because stuff like Ghost Tape Number 10, My War, Kill and Protect, Anything But the Truth. The last 4 songs are my favourites. They're just absolutely pummeling. Albums can tend to be front-loaded a bit with the best songs towards the front, but for me, the best songs on this album are towards the second half, and Zentrix 7 words is just a beast. I enjoyed Bury the Pain from 2019, but for me, this one's a bit of a step up in the quality. Phenomenal album, great thrash. For me, the best UK thrash band out there. The Zentrix 7 words is an absolute beast. Excellent thrash metal from here in the UK, and I absolutely love this album. Up next, I'm into the top 5 now, and I absolutely was not expecting this to be so high up on the list. But this is a great album. Last album from these guys was okay, but for me, this is superb. Sticking with the UK here. And this is old school hard rockers Thunder and their latest album, Dopamine. I remember getting this on CD thinking the CD will be enough. I'm not going to want enough to get the record. And I listened to the album on the CD, and it's just so good. The thing that sticks out in my mind most about this album is that it's 70 minutes long, and it doesn't drag its feet at all. It's just brilliant. You know, when you see albums that have got like sort of 15, 16 tracks on, my initial reaction is it going to be good enough to warrant there being 15, 16 tracks on? This does. It's absolutely superb. The guitars from Luke Morley and Ben Matthews are, as always, brilliant. And Danny Bowe's vocals are absolutely superb. The guy sounds just as good as he did when they dropped their debut Backstreet Symphony back in 1990. It's just an album packed with great songs. There's no bad songs. There's rockers on this. There's more sort of chilled out, bluesy sort of type numbers. I Don't Believe the World, stuff like that. Disconnected, that's a great track. Really, really good chorus. Is Anybody Out There? That's a great track. And I was absolutely blown away by this album. Big Pink Supermoon, that's a great tune. Last Orders, all the way. Excellent stuff. I was not expecting this to be this high up in the list, but here it is. Thunder's Dopamine is just an excellent hard rock album. I'm absolutely loving, and it's thoroughly deserving of its place so high up in the list. Right, on to number 4 now, and over to the States now for some brutal death metal from Immolation. This is Acts of God, which I've only had for about a month. I love this. Really, really deep guttural vocals from Ross Stolan. The drums are absolutely phenomenal on this record. Guitars are great. Excellent, brutal death metal from these guys. Like I said last week in my collection update, there's definitely some black metal riffing on this one as well. And it's just phenomenal. It's absolutely relentless and just punishes you from start to finish. An Act of God title track is excellent. Shed the Light, Immortal Stain, Broken Prey, When Halos Burn, Let the Darkness In. This one's out Nuclear Blast. 55 minutes long and doesn't outstay its welcome. Excellent stuff. Brilliant, brilliant death metal. Really murky, really heavy. Really an excellent album. I'm absolutely loving. I'm definitely picking up more of from these guys. I've only got a couple of their albums, but this latest album from Immolation, Acts of God, is an absolute beast, and it's well worthy of its number 4 spot on my top 20 list. Into the top three now, and sticking with America, and this is Megadeth and The Sick, The Dying and The Dead. This is again another album I wasn't expecting to blow me away as much as it does, but it's an absolutely fantastic album. Excellent stuff. I think Steve DiGiorgio plays the bass on this. You've got Kiko on guitars, Dirk on the drums, obviously Dave Mustaine. There's some things I could definitely do without on this record. There's a lot of spoken word parts that for me bring absolutely nothing to the party. There's a cameo from Ice-T here, which is completely unnecessary. And I love Ice-T, but he just doesn't need to be on this record. It doesn't really bring anything to proceedings. But on the whole, it's an absolute banger of an album. Life in Hell, Night Stalkers, that's the one that Ice-T's on. It's an absolutely great track. Some of Dave Mustaine's best riffing of the last 20, maybe even 30 years. Dogs of Chernobyl, Psychotherapy, Killing Time, Soldier On, Mission to Mars, We'll Be Back. We'll Be Back is an absolute beast. Some of the thrashiest stuff they've done since Rust in Peace. It's just an absolutely huge record. Megadeth have released some duds over the last 20 years. Stuff like The World Needs a Hero and Super Collider, but not the case here. This is an absolute beast I was not expecting to love anywhere near as much as I do. But it's a fantastic album. Dave Mustaine and co. coming back with an absolute beast of a record from last year. The Sick, The Dying and The Dead is an absolutely phenomenal album. And it really surprised me, and I was really happy to pick it up on day of release, even though it cost me 20 quid more than it cost everyone else who picked up at Christmas. Number 2, no one's been shown this album, and I'm going to show it here. Definitely going to show it some love. These guys were a brutal death metal band in their early days, then they sort of adopted to more of a groove style, so I think they lost a lot of their core fan base. And even though this does have some groove to it, this has got more of the old school death metal in it as well. So if you've wrote these guys off, I highly recommend giving this a listen, because this is an absolute beast of a record. My number 2 for the year is Decapitated and Cancer Culture. Just excellent stuff. This is out of Nuclear Blast. Vogue, the guitarist and the only original member left, is just a beast. The riffs on this record are unsurprisingly phenomenal. Excellent solos as well. Vocals are really good and the drums are fantastic as always. Just a Cigarette, No Cure, Hallow Death, Suicidal Space Program, Locked, Hours of Battlegrounds, Last Supper. No bad songs on this album. It's easily their best album for about 15 years. And no one's really showing this record. And I don't know why, because it's an absolute beast. I remember sending the link over this to my bandmate Simon. And he's the guy who plays guitar with me in Of Concrete Gods. And he said the same thing as well. It's like, this is absolutely brilliant. And it's just excellent, like I say, groove, death metal from Poland's finest. You could argue that Vader are Poland's finest, but Decapitated is an absolutely amazing band. This is their best album for about 15 years. Like I said, there's much more of death metal back in this one, so if you did write them off because you don't really like the groove style, I'd definitely recommend giving this a listen and see if you like it, but I absolutely love it, and it's my number 2 album of the year. Decapitated Cancer Culture is an excellent slice of groove and death metal. Brilliant stuff from these guys. Now on to my number 1, and I absolutely was not expecting to be blown away by an album from this band in 2022. But I was proved wrong big time. The number 1 album from 2022 is Skid Row, The Gang's All Here. A band that sounds rejuvenated. Absolutely fantastic album. Eric Gromwell on the vocals has come in, and he sounds like the perfect replacement from Sebastian Bach. It's just an absolutely fantastic album, packed with brilliant vocals from Eric. And just great songs, catchy songs that are easy to sing along to, that get into your head really, really quickly. Hell or High Water, the opening track, is brilliant. The Gang's All Here title track is excellent. Massive, massive chorus. Not Dead Yet, Time Bomb, Nowhere Fast, Side A is all killer, Resurrected, When the Lights Come On, Tear It Down. October Song for me is the only song that's a little bit weak, but I still enjoy it. World on Fire, excellent hard rock from Skid Row, who have just delivered an absolute beast of a record. And it's just fantastic. There's so many great riffs on this. The solos from Scotty Hill and Dave Salo are excellent. Rachel Bowen's bass playing is great. Can't remember the drummer's name off the top of my head, but Eric Gromwell has just absolutely breathed new life into these guys. And this is just an album that I had absolutely no sort of expectations of completely blowing me away. But it has. It's just absolutely brilliant. It's my #1 album of 2022. Skid Row, the gang's all here. Amongst all this death metal, death doom, it's an old school hard rock band from the 80s that have come back and delivered a killer album, and my #1 of my list for 2022. The gang will hear from Skid Row, and it's an absolute beast. Right guys, that's it for today's video. As always, cheers for watching. Get in the comments section, let me know what you think about my list and these albums. Thanks for watching the videos, as always, for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. It's all good. Thank you very much and much appreciated. I'll catch up with you soon. Until then, cheers, take care, and I'll see you later.